This is section 6 from book 1 of Caesar's de Bello Gallico, and he's describing the problem that the Helvetians have in wanting to leave their land, that there are these two routes. And so Caesar begins, Erant omnino itra duo. In all, or altogether, there were two trips, two routes, two journeys, by, by which routes, by which trips, they were able to leave their home. One of them, through the Sequani, was narrow and difficult between the Jura Mountains and the Rhodanus River, the Rhone River, where carts, one at a time, could or would barely be led. However, the really high mountain was also, was, however, impending upon them, right? So it was sort of overhanging, so that, or to the extent that, they could, or a few men could easily prohibit them. In other words, that it'd be in such a confined place that even if there were 100,000 of the Helvetians, then a few thousand of their enemy could keep them and trap them. The other route is through our province, and it is much easier, literally easier by much, and much more expeditious. So much more able to be done unimpeded, much more unimpeded route. And that multo is what's called an ablative of degree of difference, which is just a very fancy grammatical name for how Latin says much more something. And so it's much easier and much more expeditious because it's between the borders of the Helvetians and the Allobroges, which recently had been pacified. The Rhodanus River flows there, and it is crossed by a shallow area, or as the Mueller text suggests, by wading in some places. So non nullius, right? Not none. And that's the Latin way, or one of the Latin ways of saying some. So it is crossed in some places by these shallow areas, or by wading. The last town of the Allobroges, and the one nearest to the borders of the Helvetians, is Geneva, or Genawa. And so we can flip that. And Caesar's building suspense here with the name, but Genawa is the last town of the Allobroges and the one nearest to the borders of the Helvetians. And from this town, a bridge to the Helvetians extends,